If I come up and I fall off, that's on me. That's on me. If I come up and I fall off, that's on me. That's on me. If I come up and I fall off, that's on me. If I fold and I sell out, that's weak. That's why I take my time before I make my mind up. And I do this like 7 days out of the week. And I grind so hard, I don't get much sleep.
Hello, beautiful people. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you all had a great end to the semester. Today, I'm using this tiny little microphone because Miguel has been chirping all day, and I noticed that sometimes his chirping overpowers my voice in my video. So, I got these microphones a few months back. I hope they make the audio better because I know that Miguel chirps a lot during my videos. So, as you can tell, your girl got her haircut done. So I did go see my cousin and she did my hair. She gave me some front layers, some volume back here, and I'm just loving it. I definitely feel like a brand new me and ready to take on the spring and the summer. And so today I want to do a little month reset with you. So let's get started. The first thing I want to do with you is I want to just reflect on the last month and a half because a lot of things have been happening. I also want to do a little reflection of my first semester as a PhD student. The second thing I want to do is go over my month goals. And lastly, I just want to show you how I organize my month so I can execute my goals. And yeah, so let's get started with the reflection. If you have not seen any of my previous videos, let me inform you and tell you that I got sick with COVID 4 weeks before the end of the semester. So I got sick with COVID on the weekend of the 15th and 16th of March. During the 2 weeks that I was sick, I had three things that I had to do. So the first thing was my birthday. So I'm officially 28 years old. I was going to celebrate my birthday along with my master's thesis. However, that was not possible because I got sick with COVID. So I did not have the chance to celebrate my birthday, nor did I get the chance to celebrate finishing my master's thesis. And honestly, those 2 weeks I felt really overwhelmed. I felt like, I never have a chance to celebrate myself or my successes. I haven't celebrated my birthday in 5 to 6 years now, and that's because something always happens around my birthday or on the actual day of my birthday that prevents me from celebrating my birthday. And so this year I wanted to do something special because I pushed myself so much out of my comfort zone. I've achieved what I thought was impossible, and so I just wanted to celebrate all of that, but I couldn't. And even though it was hard, I just took the time to rest and to prioritize my health, which was one of my goals this year. And I honestly think that I got sick because the week before I got COVID, I was just feeling a little bit stressed. I was feeling stressed about the end of the term, but also about just my progress throughout the semester. I am doing the PhD in French, which is my third language. French is not an alien language to me. When I was in grade five, I actually attended a French school for a whole year because we moved to the province of Quebec. But it was a very traumatizing experience because if you're from Canada, you know that there's a struggle between keeping French as one of the primary languages of the country, and that's because majority of Canada sees French as a minority, but they're not really a minority. The point is that in Quebec they really care about prioritizing French, and so there is discrimination if you don't speak French. I don't want to go too much into detail, but the point is that I had not a great experience going to a French school, and so I promised myself that I would never ever do anything in French, that I would not take up the language anymore, and just to focus on English. But of course, los caminos de la vida no son lo que yo pensaba, meaning that the path of life is not what I thought it would be. And here I am today doing a full PhD in French. So, so that contributed to my stress levels because I wasn't too sure where I was landing in terms of like my grades, but also in terms of just how I was advancing academically and with my research project because I felt like finishing the master's in December and starting the PhD right away wasn't bad, okay? It wasn't like a big jump or anything like that because PhD kind of, at least from what I've felt so far, it's just the same thing as the master's, but now you have to lead all the classes. So each week, you or someone else is assigned the readings and you have to present them. And for me, this was not a big issue. I presented in French at the beginning, but then at the end of the semester, the prof was like, you can present in English if you're more comfortable. So that was just something that was really nice because I felt like the professor was so understanding with me. And honestly, like, I just had a great time in that class and that seminar with him because he just made me let go of the master's thesis because I felt like I couldn't let go of the research I did for the master's until literally the last 2 weeks of the semester. And so I really appreciated that he allowed me to let go of what I did in the master's and start thinking about the PhD. So I feel that although I had a rocky end to the semester, I ended up completing it successfully because I got my grades yesterday and I passed with an A plus. So yay, yay to me. I honestly didn't think I was gonna pass with an A plus. I thought I was going to pass with like an A minus at best. A B plus. So I'm really, really happy and proud of myself because honestly, I just pushed myself so out of my comfort zone that seeing my grade yesterday, it didn't bring me to tears, but it was like, I got this. I got this. Si se puede, we can do it. And even if like things go sideways, there's always a way, right? Y si se puede means yes, you can. Like, yes, it's possible. Like, continue, like, don't give up. So that's kind of like the energy I'm bringing into the spring and summer. So before I jump into my goals, I just want to say that getting sick 4 weeks before the semester was over was really hectic. Um, I had feelings of missing out. I felt overwhelmed. I felt like a failure. I just had all these negative feelings come up because I just couldn't be as productive as I wanted to. I had to, rest my body, rest everything because COVID did get the best of me. Like, I'm so happy that I'm here today, that I'm healthy, that I no longer have like the COVID symptoms. This is the first week, and I'm finally able to actually taste coffee. So that's just like super amazing. But during the 2 weeks that I got sick, like I said, I missed out on my birthday, but also I missed out on a conference that I had organized for the lab I coordinate. So we invited this professor that's doing research on psychedelics, and we invited him because it would be a great opportunity for all of us to meet because our research interests overlap with each other. So this was an event that was kind of like organized for me and other colleagues that are doing research on like psychedelic plants and stuff like that. Even though cannabis is not a psychedelic, I still thought that going into that conference would give me things to think about, or at least expand my horizons. But that wasn't possible, so that made me feel like I was missing out. And it made me feel overwhelmed. It made me feel very emotional because I was like, oh, I've worked so hard to be here, to do all these things, and now I got sick and I can't do it. But now thinking back to it, even though sometimes we want to be super productive, we want to be the best versions of ourselves, when we get sick, there's absolutely nothing that we can do except for taking care of ourselves. And that's exactly what I did. I took the 2 weeks off with my husband to just relax and fight off the virus. I mean, that's all I could do. The last thing I missed out on was a job opportunity. So, a few weeks before I got COVID, a professor from my faculty reached out to me because there's a research project that's going on. It's about the response of the COVID-19 pandemic by public health, and it overlaps with my research interests. So, he sent me the call to send my resume in for a job opportunity for the summer, but because I got sick, I just couldn't update my resume. I couldn't get all of the paperwork done on time. So I had to, let go of that opportunity. And it literally killed me inside. I felt like a complete failure. I felt like I left everyone down, but really, like, not just like people around me, but myself, where I'm like, oh, I'm not going to have this opportunity or whatever. But like looking back now, you can't have it all, especially when you're sick. Like, I cannot stress this enough for students because it happens. It literally happens every single semester. Like, when you are stressed out of your mind, your immune system weakens, right? So you're more prone to getting sick. And that's why, like, every student at the end of the semester gets sick, or midway through the semester gets sick. So for me, realizing this now, like 7 years into, my academic journey, is like, wow, like I could have done so many things so differently in my master's and my undergrad without having to sacrifice my health. And so this time when I got sick, honestly, just it engraved it into my head that if I'm sick, I need to reach out to the people around me that I need to respond to and let them know that I'm sick and that I'm taking time off, because although I want to be like great at everything, I need to prioritize my health, and I need to acknowledge that at the end of the day, I'm just human and that I can't do it all and that it's okay to ask for help or time off. So, just to conclude, what I learned this semester about myself is one, that it's okay to take time off, to focus on your health when you need to. The second thing I learned is that I have to stop working hard and start working more efficiently. So, with being backed up by 2 weeks, I realized that if I prioritize and if I time manage properly, I can get done way more in less time. So, this is something that I want to bring with me into the new semester, because all of these skills that I've built up until now really came through in those last 2 weeks when I had to wrap up my semester. And so, all of these skills, I'm bringing them into the new semester, but differently in the sense that I'm now executing everything by implementing. So, now that we talked a little bit about our months, our reflection, and of our lessons learned, I want to share my May goals with you. For this month, I have 3 sets of goals. So I have my personal goals, I have my academic goals, and I have my business goals. So I'm going to start with my personal goals. My first personal goal is to prioritize my health. So, under health, I put 3 things that I want to do or practice. The first thing is going to the gym 2 to 3 times a week. So I went to the gym yesterday with my husband for the first time after having COVID, and it felt so good. So this month, I want to make an effort to go to the gym 2 to 3 times a week without excuses. The second health goal is to take my vitamins and to make this beet juice that I do, because I find that the beet juice really helps me with my energy levels, because it just boosts me up with a lot of good vitamins. So that's my goal. I want to prioritize my vitality, my overall vitality. The third health goal that I have is reaching 5,000 to 10,000 steps daily. This shouldn't be hard because I have to go on walks with Kenzo. And so now that the weather is nice, today the weather is not nice. It's raining, so that's why I have a little ambience. But once the weather starts getting better, nothing's going to stop me and Kenzo from going on our little walk. So that shouldn't be as hard to accomplish. The second personal goal that I have is not using my personal social media. So I want to do a social media detox. I want to see how it affects my performance And yeah, I just want to see what I can do or how it impacts my time management, my workflow, and everything, not having a personal social media account. The third personal goal that I have is just enjoying time with my family. So this month is May, it's Mother's Day. It's also my grandma's birthday and my brother's birthday. So there's going to be a few family gatherings and I just want to take the time to just enjoy it. So that's one of my goals is just to enjoy my time with my family. Now, let's move on to my academic goals. The first academic goal is to draft three outlines for three potential syllabus. So before I got COVID, oh no, the week after I got COVID, I set some time with my supervisor to go over, what's ahead of the curve because she's going on sabbatical for a year and I don't really want to be bothering her because I'm just going to be focusing on coursework and on becoming an actual PhD candidate. So I have to prepare for my synthesis exam in the fall. And when I met with her, I told her that I was going to do it on sensorial anthropology, but a lot of things have changed since we last spoke, which makes me think that I need to schedule time with her. But I'm going to be seeing her next week. So I'll talk to her about that then. Um, and that's why I want to get these outlines done so she can see them and guide me through them, right? So when I met with her last time, I told her I was going to do sensorial anthropology because this is the approach that I took for my master's. But going through the seminar and doing the research proposal and getting feedback from my colleagues and the professor allowed me to reflect on what I'm trying to do. And so now I've come up with a whole different, not whole different research project, but it just takes a different approach. And so now I'm looking at three lines of inquiry. So that includes medical anthropology, anthropology of knowledge, and anthropology of science and technology. So my goal is to kind of do an outline of those three areas and present them to my supervisor and see what she thinks about them so she can guide me through them and let me know what I should focus more on or less on. And so that's how I'm thinking of approaching that goal. So I don't plan on finalizing the syllabus I'm going to be defending this month, but my goal is just to have those outlines and get feedback so I can plan all of my readings for June, July, and August. The second academic goal I have is to read 5 books. So this week I'm reading The Archaeology of Violence by Pierre Clastre. It's this right here. So I was introduced to Pierre Clastre through the seminar readings and yeah, I just found so interesting what people were talking about and like bringing him up that I was like, you know what, I need to actually read him to see what's going on. So I'm starting this week, or I started this week reading this book. I'm still trying to figure out what other books I'm going to read for the rest of the month. I'm hoping to get that list done today or tomorrow. I'm not in a rush because I'm planning to finish this by Sunday. So by Sunday, I should have the list for my next 4 books. The last academic goal is presenting a paper I wrote for a conference that's going to be in French. So I'm going to be leaving to Montreal for 3 days for this conference. It's a 2-day conference, and not only am I going to be presenting, but I'm also going to be helping with the organization and all of those things because it's the conference is a collaboration with the lab I work for. So it's going to be a busy week next week. But it's going to be something that's going to take me so out of my comfort zone that it's a goal for me. So once I've successfully done that, it's going to feel so good that, I accomplished that. I accomplished presenting in French at a conference within my first year of being a PhD student. And I think that's a really great goal to have. So I'm happy that I'm going to be accomplishing it. Now I'm going to be moving on to my business goals. So technically speaking, only one of the three businesses is an actual business. The two others are not really businesses, but I'm treating them as business because they require time and effort. So I'm just clearing out the air there. The first business is my little vintage store that I'm opening up. So for the last few months, I've been into vintage kitchenware, and that's because I'm so tired of buying cheap kitchenware that doesn't last. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to open up my own store. I'm going to offer people vintage pieces at affordable prices that are actually going to last, because over the last 2 years, I bought things from IKEA, from Grace in the Kitchen, from Stokes, from all these other kitchenware places, and everything broke within like 1 to 6 months. So I'm done with that. I'm done with that. I hate that it's all exploitative things brought from China, and I just want to give people another option. So, my goal is to open up my vintage store this month. And to do that, I need to take pictures of the products that I have, and I need to upload them to Instagram and my Etsy shop. I also want to create 5 reels for my Instagram with the products I have to see if I can increase my followers for my business page. So right now I have 5 followers, and my goal is to reach 50 followers by the end of the month, which I think is very reasonable if I upload all of those images and the reels. Moving on to business two is actually this channel. So I'm really happy that I have 4 followers. Thank you so much for those of you who are following me. I hope you had a great end to your semester. And yeah, I'm really happy that you're enjoying the content that I'm creating. And with that, I want to create more content for you. So although I'm not getting paid, or I don't have any money coming from this is strictly just a hobby to share my academic journey with you all. I'm still treating it as a business because, like I said, it takes time to record the videos and to edit. So for this channel, my goal this month is to upload 4 times, and that's pretty much a video each week. So I think that's very doable. So that's that for this channel for business two. For business number three, it's another YouTube channel that I have that is related to my research, and I haven't uploaded there in like a year, and I want to bring more educational videos to that channel. So with that channel, a lot of research is required, at least from what I want to present to the public. So I think that one video for the channel a month is perfect. And so that is my goal for business number three. Now I want to show you how I'm going to be organizing my time so I can execute all of my goals. The first thing that I want to show you is my digital calendar. This calendar is synchronized with my phone, so I have access to it all the time. When it comes to my digital calendar, what I like to do every first of the month is just go through all of my deadlines, my events, my appointments, and dump them all onto my calendar. Doing this at the beginning of the calendar, I'm able to see in advance what I need to prioritize, what is up ahead without any surprises. So I've done this already. I thought I was screen recording when I was putting all of my dates in, but that didn't happen, so I'm sorry. So this is just an overview of my calendar, how it looks. So I've color coded my calendar. So each color lets me know what things I'm focusing on. For example, is it a lab thing? Is it a school thing? Is it a personal thing? It's all there color coded for me. Now I'm going to show you a week by week so you have an idea of how I organize my week. So usually every Sunday or Monday I will sit down and look at my digital calendar to see what's ahead and prioritize my week based on my deadlines. So for this week, I don't have any deadlines, but I do have a few things happening. So that is why there's quite a few things up in the calendar. So to start, I want to say that the class I'm TAing the semester is only a 1 month class. It's a crash course on social science methods, and the class meets twice a week for 3 hours. So they meet on the Monday and on the Wednesday. And while I don't have to attend the classes, I have to stay up to date with all of the readings. So this month is going to be intense when it comes to grading because starting next week, they're going to have an assignment due almost every single week. At the end of this week, I have 2 workshops to attend and 1 conference that I'm really excited about. So I'm going to be vlogging that, and that's all going to be at campus. So I'm super excited for all of that. And as you can see, I also scheduled the time for when I'll be going to the gym because I really want to make this a priority. For the second week of May, we're going to be in Montreal in the conference. So not much is going on except for that. And then on the Friday, I just have to do a few things for the class I'm TAing, which include office hours. And then for the weekend, I'm planning to go thrifting. And then on the Sunday, I believe we're going to be going for a family brunch for Mother's Day. For the third week of May, I only have my deadlines here. I still haven't planned for the week because I'm not there yet, but everything that's due or that I've planned already is on there. The same thing for the fourth week and for the fifth week. What I'm looking forward to in this month is honestly the last Saturday of the month because my city is going to be hosting one of the largest garage sales. They do this every year at the Glebe, so it's a very posh neighborhood. And me and my husband are gonna go. We haven't been there in 3 years because of the pandemic. They stopped the garage sale, but it's going to be the first year back, and I'm pretty sure there's gonna be awesome things that all the rich will want to get rid of, and I'll be there to collect. So I'm really excited for that. And then the week after that, there's another huge garage sale at my husband's hometown. So we're gonna be going over there and spending time with his family. So this is how I organize my digital calendar every first of the month. And again, in this calendar, it's only my personal things, my academic things, and my deadlines and my appointments and things like that. Now, since I will be having more time than I did last year, I'm going to be focusing energy again on my businesses, like I said. So, to keep on track with my businesses, what I like to do is I like to just create a paper monthly calendar, and in this calendar, I just put the things that are due and just really, really important dates like my grandma's birthday, Mother's Day, my brother's birthday, so I can have it right in front of me on my wall where I work every day. And having the 2 calendars like this just makes me be extra organized because I can prioritize and I can organize myself better without overwhelming one calendar over the other. I hope that makes sense because I am trying to have a better balanced life between work and school and just my personal life. So, this is what works for me. This is a system that I implemented when I was doing my master's, and it's something that works for me. So, I'm not going to be changing it. I know people like to use websites and apps and all these things, but for me, that's just way too much. I like to keep things very simple. Having a digital calendar with all of my important things, as well as a visual physical calendar in front of me, just makes everything so much easier and simpler for me. So, all that I have to do week by week is just plan my priorities, and that's it. So, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it helped you in one way or another, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.